Good day, students. Welcome to Mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over section 1.2b of our lesson on place value. We're going to be looking at how to write numbers in expanded and standard forms. The sample problem that we'll be going over in this presentation is given here. We have 5071, and we're to write it in expanded form using powers of 10. Don't forget, there are 4 practice problems at the end of this tutorial for you to try out in order to demonstrate mastery of the contents of this presentation. To gain access to our entire arithmetic, algebra 1, 2, geometry, pre-calc, and calc courses, do visit our website at mathgotserved.com. Alright, let's take a look at question number 1. Instructions for number 1 are for us to write the given numbers in expanded forms with and without exponents using powers of 10. So let's say we have the given number 5071. Okay, so let's say this is a given number. We're to write it out in expanded form with or without exponents using powers of 10. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's put our solution right here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to identify the place value of each of the digits, the non-zero digits of this number, 5071. Okay, so applying what we went over in section 1.2a, the previous video, hopefully we know exactly what our place values are. Right to the left of the decimal point, we have the ones place, right? So that's a ones place. Next to that is the tens place. And then this is a 0 digit right here, so it doesn't really play any role. So we're just going to skip that. But let's just specify what the place value is, so we don't get confused, okay? So ones, tens, this one is hundreds, but it's not going to be used in this problem because it's 0. And then the last one, you know what the last one is? The last one is the thousands place. Thousands, that's a new period, okay? Alright, so with the name alone, we can easily identify the place value of each of them. So let's start with the ones place. So with the ones place, we have, this is just 1. The value in the number is just 1. If we want to write it in expanded form, it's going to be 1 times 1. If we want to write it in expanded form using the powers of 10, it's going to be 1 times 10 to the what? There are no zeros here, right? So it's 10 to the 0th power. Remember, the exponent tells you how many tens you have in the factor when it's being multiplied by 10, right? So this has no tens, so it's just 10 to the 0. Okay, and then the next place is the tens place. So this value right here, this 7, what is its value in this number? Is in the tens place, so it's going to be 70. Okay, so if we're writing an expanded form, it's going to be 7 times what? There's only 1 0, so 7 times 10. Bam, like that. Okay? And then writing it as a power of 10 is going to be 1 times 10, since there's only 1 10 in the factor. Factored form is going to be just 1. 7 times 10 to the 1. 7 times 10 to the 1. Alrighty, that's the exponent form. When it's expanded, and then like we said it earlier, the 0 doesn't play any role, so we're going to jump place values from tens to the thousands place. Alrighty, so this 5 that we have right here is in the thousands place. So what's the value? It's going to be 5,000, right? 5,000. And if we want to write it in expanded form, it's going to be 5 times 10 to the, 5 times 1,000, right? Do that first without exponents, right? 5,000 is 5 times 1,000. And if we want to write it as in expanded form using exponents, it's 5 times 10 to the what? 3 zeros, 10 to the 3rd. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the expanded form. Let's write it out with and without exponents. Alrighty, so we're gonna look at the expanded forms. The first one is without exponents. Without exponents, what we're just going to do is simply add up those numbers, okay? It's going to be starting with the biggest one, the leftmost place value, 5 times 1,000, okay? It's just that what we're doing is basically adding downwards. That's what we're doing. We're adding these numbers downwards. All right. And then next is going to be plus. We have the digits in the tens place, 7. So that's 7 times 10. Plus, we have a digit in the ones place, which is just 1. 1 times 1. Bam. All right, so that's the number in expanded form without exponents. So let's go ahead and write it again now with exponents. All right, with exponents. All we're just going to do is rewrite the powers of 10 in exponential form using what we learned in lesson 1.1. Okay, so this is going to be 5 times 10 to the what? The 3 zeros, 5 times 10 to the third. That's 5,000 plus 7. So we are adding this column now. This column right here. Let me highlight it for you to see. We added this one first. We added these ones downwards. That's what we did first. Now we're going to be adding this column. The exponents, we're adding it downwards. Okay? If we do that, we have 5 times 10 to the third plus 7 times 10 to the 1. Okay? Plus 1 times what? 1 times 10 to the 0th power. Like that. All right, so there goes the number 5071 written in expanded form with and without exponents. Let's box our answers and move on to number 2. All right, for question 2 and 3, the instructions are for us to write the given numbers in standard form. So we'll be given numbers presented in expanded form, and we're to write them in standard forms. All right, so for question number 2, let's say we have the number in standard form, 7 times 100,000 plus 5 times 1,000 plus 3 times 10 plus 2 times 1. Okay, so the task here is to write this number. This is in expanded form, okay? So this is expanded. So the goal is to write it in standard form. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me write my expanded properly. All right, so all we're just going to do is just basically follow the order of operations to accomplish this goal, okay? We're just going to follow the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Hopefully you know what each letter means. So you start with the parenthesis exponent. You multiply and divide from left to right. And then you add and subtract from left to right, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right, so we have multiplication and addition here. So we're going to be doing the multiplication first, and then we'll add afterwards. So let's go ahead and do the multiplication. When we multiply, we're going to have 7 times 100,000 is 700,000. Now, how did that happen? We went over this trick in lesson 1.1. You just multiply 7 by, actually 1.2a. You multiply 7 by 1, 7 times 1 is 7, and then you just bring down the zeros, because when you multiply 7 by all these zeros, it's all going to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, okay? Plus, what is 5 times 1,000? The shortcut is 5,000. If you multiply 5 by these zeros, it's going to be 0, 0, 0, and then 5 times 1 is 5. Following the same pattern, 3 times 10, 3 times 0, 0, 3 times 1, 3, it's 30. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so now what we're going to do is simply, we are done with multiplication in PEMDAS. Now we're just going to add, okay? So to make sure we don't make mistakes, what we're going to do is line them up and add vertically. Okay, whenever you're adding numbers vertically, you must align digits with the same place value in the same column. Okay, so let's do that again. Make sure that you get this right. So 700,000. All right, I'm following the columns here. All right, so this is the ones, tens, hundreds, 10,000, I'm sorry, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s column. So 5,000, you want to place the 5 right in the thousands column. All right, so that we don't make any mistakes. Or another way to do it is just line up the decimals, the decimal points. And then 30, 3 in the tens place, 0 in the ones place. And then 2 goes in the ones place. You already know how to do this. You learned how to add and subtract digits long time ago. So let's go ahead and apply that here. We're just going to add downwards, starting from the rightmost digit. Okay, so we have 2, 3, add through all those zeros, and then this 0, you just bring it right down. And then you have the comma. 5 plus 0 is 5, and then 0, and then 7. Okay, if you're having problems visualizing the alignments, you can always definitely use a line to ensure that you're keeping track of your places. Okay, so this 3 goes here, this 0 goes right there. Oh, it's tilted a little bit. We have to make sure it's vertical, going straight down, so there are no mistakes. And then this is the thousands column, straight to the 5. This is the 10,000s column, coming right down, and then this is the 100,000s column. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our answer in standard form. Okay, so just remember, this is standard form, all multiplied and added up nicely. Okay, let's take a look at another example where we have exponents. Now consider this problem for number 3. What if we're given 5 times 10 to the 4th plus 2 times 10 to the 3rd plus 4 times 10. All right, so let's take a look at how to do it. So to do this in standard form, we're just going to follow the same pattern that we did in question number 2. All right, let me rewrite the problem. So how did we write the number in standard form in question number 2? We followed a particular order known as the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So that's what we're going to do here. Do you remember your order of operations? Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide from left to right, add and subtract from left to right, whichever one comes first. Okay, all right, so we're going to be dealing with the parentheses first. So in each parenthesis we have multiplication and exponents. So what do we do first? Do we do the exponents first, or do we do multiplication first? If you look at, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, you have to do the exponents first. Okay, so let's deal with all the exponents using the skills we learned in the previous lesson. I think 1.1, we know how to compute 10 to the 4th power. It's just 10 times itself 4 times, right? Or you can use a shortcut. If you multiply 10 by itself 4 times, is 10,000. Okay, remember the exponent, the value of the exponent tells you how many zeros you're going to have in the power of 10. It's expansion, right? Okay, plus, and then do the exponent here. 2 times 10 to the 3rd is 1,000, or 1 with 3 zeros. You look at the exponent there, you have 3 zeros. And then this is already simplified for us. 4 times, oh, there's supposed to be a 1 here. So let's change that. It's just 4 times 10. Okay, nice. So we're done with exponents. Moving along, we now have multiplication and addition. We're going to do multiplication next, following the order of operations. So when we multiply, we're going to have 50,000 plus 2,000 plus 40. All right, now let's go ahead and add. We're going to add downwards. All right, so we have 50,000. Make sure you align your place values vertically, okay? Identical place values stay in the same column. from top to down. Line them up vertically so that you don't get the wrong answer. Or just line up your decimal points like that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and add downwards. If we add downwards, we're going to have, alright, so we're going to go ahead and add downwards. Let's put the line here. So just add vertically along the place values, starting from the rightmost place all the way to the left. Alright, so we have a decimal point here, 0, 0, 0, 4, add them all together is 4. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, and 5. Alright, so we have 52,040. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your final answer. Okay, for question number 4, we're going to do this one. This is the last problem we're going to do before we give you some practice problems to try out. We're to determine the place value of the specified digits of the given numbers. So for this one, let's say we have to find out the place value of the value of the digits of the twos in the number 5,327,520. Okay, so what are the place value of the twos here? All right, let's take a look at it. So to do this one, what we're going to do is identify the place value of all the digits. Okay, we already know how to do this from our previous lesson, but we're going to review that again because we need to do it correctly in order to get this problem correct. Okay, all right, so starting with the 0, this is a decimal point right here. This is the ones place, and then the 2 is in the tens place, right? The 5 is in the hundreds place. The 7 is in the thousands, haha, jumped. When the thousands period, this is in the thousands place. The 2 is in the 10,000s place. All right, and then the 3, where's the 3 at? The 3 is in the 100,000s place. Okay, so we have the thousands period, the ones period. We went over that before, so this is the ones, and then this right here is the thousands period, and then we're gonna advance to the millions. Okay, so this 5 is in the millions place. We only care about the 2's for this problem. We care about this 2 right here and this 2 right here. Okay, so let's identify the value of the bigger 2. So it's going to be this 2 times 10,000. Okay, what do you get when you do that? The value of that is 2 times 10,000, which is 20,000. That is the value of the first 2 in this number. Okay, the bigger 2, and then the smaller one is going to be 2 times 10. Okay, what is 2 times 10? 2 times 10 is 20. That's the value of the second 2. All right, so let's write it down. The place value, the value of the 2's are what? The value of the 2's are 20,000 and what? 20,020. All right, so that's that for this end. It's now your turn to do some practice problems. Okay, so we have 4 practice problems for you to try out. Go ahead and pause this video presentation at this time, try out these problems. When you're done, click on the playback button and you will see what the correct answers are. All right, so go ahead and pause this video this time and try out these problems. Alrighty, welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to try out the problems. Here are the answers to question 1 to 4. Go ahead and check your work. So how well did you do? Let us know how well you did in the comment section below. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask your teacher, or you can just post your question in the comment section below, and we'll be more than glad to support you. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. If you found the contents of this tutorial helpful in your studies of place value, do give us a like or thumbs up. Your positive feedback is really helpful to our channel. Don't forget to share this this presentation with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel so you can get updates to other math resources to help you. Tons of support resources can also be found at mathgotserved.com. Do check it out. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.